Morning students, we are back again with a new video which is a part 2 of the first video. The first video was based on the chapter sentences, right? Now before moving into this video, I want to tell you that I have received beautiful comments on my first video. So thank you for that. Now, in those comment section, there were some comments which were an inquiry about where to submit your worksheets and assignment, right? Now, your worksheet and assignment should be submitted in two forms. First, you will message me your answers in the message section. Why? So that I come to know that you are doing them regularly. And second thing, you have to prepare a copy for that worksheet and assignment which you will bring on the day when your school reopens. Clear now? Now let's move into the video. Okay, so you can see on the screen it is written the review. So first we will revise what you have learned the first video and then we will move forward. Okay, so let's see what we have learned. We have learned types of sentences. How many types of sentences were there? 4 types. They were declarative, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory, right? Now let's see what was the definition of declarative sentence saying. Here it is. The definition said a statement that tells us something. It ends with a full stop and I have given you some examples also, right? Now let's move to the next one, that is interrogative sentence. What was the definition of interrogative sentence? That it helps you ask question, it ends with a question mark, and there also I gave you some examples which you can read. Okay, next one is imperative sentences. So what is the definition of an imperative sentences? Tell someone to do something. It can be a command or request, right? It ends with a full stop. So it is also ending with a full stop like declarative sentence. But I told you the difference, right? It is not a statement. It can be a command or a request or a suggestion. Now let's move to my favorite sentence, that was exclamatory type sentence, right? Now exclamatory sentences are those sentences that shows strong feeling. It ends with an exclamatory mark and also I gave you some examples there. So we are done with the revision now. Let's move to the new video. Students, we had earlier learned how to convert different types of sentences into exclamatory sentences, right? Now here in this slide we will learn how to convert an assertive sentence into an interrogative sentence, right? Now, so let's prepare our minds to learn something new. Students, in this slide we will also come to know that assertive sentences can be affirmative or negative. Now, affirmative sentences are also known as positive sentences. Now, you must be thinking what are these affirmative, negative or positive type of sentences, because I have never talked about them in the previous video, right? Now, we will learn about them. What are affirmative and negative sentences? Let's learn with an example, okay? Affirmative and positive type of sentences. I have given you example of this type of sentence. The example is Sachin is a great player. In this sentence, you are not getting any negative feeling, right? Because it is telling you a positive or a good quality about Sachin, that he is a great player. But let me give you a negative example, a negative sentence example, that is the jam is not tasty. The word not here tells you the bad quality of the jam, right? So the words like not, don't, didn't, doesn't helps you to frame a negative kind of sentence. Now let's move forward to to understand the conversion of assertive sentence into interrogative sentence. Now we will learn how to convert an assertive sentence to interrogative sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence. Okay? There are two simple steps to do it. Let's see what are these steps. Step number 1. First, what we have to do in step number 1? We have to convert. Convert what? Convert affirmative sentence. What was affirmative sentence? The positive type of sentence, right? Into a negative form of sentence. Okay? And when we will get a negative sentence, we will convert it into an affirmative kind of sentence. That's why I have given you two-way arrow. One is going to the direction of negative sentence and one is coming back to the direction of affirmative sentence. It depends on the question or the type of sentence you get to solve. Okay? Next, let's move to the step 2. In step 2, what is it saying? What we have to do in step 2? Step 2, you have to move. Move what? You have to move the helping verb. Now helping verb, what are they? Remember from the previous video? Yes, they are is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, did. Right? Remember them? Where to move these helping verb? You have to move these helping verb to the start of the sentence. Okay, now you must be thinking the steps are given, ma'am, everything is given, but how will we frame it? Because with the help of these steps it is not making any sense, right? So let's solve it, or let's solve an example to see how these steps work. Okay, let's move to the next slide to learn more about this, that how to utilize these steps to solve a sentence. Okay, or to convert a sentence that is assertive sentence to interrogative sentence. Okay. Students, you can already see that there is not much changes in this slide, right? Now, in this slide, we will try to apply step 1 and step 2 in a sentence. Now, let me take a negative type of sentence, okay? The negative type of sentence was, the jam was not tasty, right? Now, in the step 1, what is it saying? The step 1 is saying to convert affirmative to negative. If it is a positive sentence, convert it into negative sentence. And if it is a negative sentence, the arrow is coming back to convert it into a positive sentence. So the example which I have given you, is it a positive or a negative sentence? It is a negative sentence, right? The word not, a negative word which is telling you that it is a negative sentence. Now, the jam was not tasty. Let's make it into a positive sentence. And what will it become? It will become, the jam was tasty, right? So we have done successfully the step 1 part. Now let's move to the step 2 part. Step 2 says move helping verb. Can you see the helping verb in the example? Right? Yes, you can see. What is the helping verb in the example? The helping verb is was. Now where to move this helping verb? What is it saying? At the start of the sentence. Now let's put this was on the beginning of the sentence. Now what it will become then? Was the jam tasty? And when it is framing a question, we will use a question mark, right? So we are able to apply step 1 and step 2 very efficiently. Okay, so now we are done with this slide. We will move to the next slide. We will learn some rules. Now you must be thinking, what rules, ma'am? The rules which will help you to convert an assertive sentence into interrogative sentence. Okay. Now remember, in the previous slide we learned 2 simple steps of converting an assertive sentence into interrogative sentence. The steps were, first, to change the affirmative sentence into negative or the negative sentence to the affirmative. And step 2 said to put the helping verb in front of the sentence. Now that means we were converting an assertive sentence which was having a helping verb into an interrogative sentence. Now let's see what rule number 1 says in this slide. Rule number 1 is saying no helping verb in the sentence. If there is no helping verb in the sentence, then how we will frame an interrogative sentence? So let's see rule number 1. So what is it saying then? Change it by using what? Do, does, did, don't, doesn't, or didn't. Let's see an example. Okay, let's take an assertive sentence. The sentence is he plays cricket. Okay, now what will an interrogative sentence then? If we use do, does, did, don't, doesn't, didn't to make an interrogative sentence, what will the interrogative sentence be made then? Does he play cricket? Question mark. So this is how we solve a sentence which does not have a helping verb into an interrogative sentence. Got it? Let us see what is rule number 2 saying. Rule number 2 is saying that if there is a word never or no in an assertive sentence, we will convert never into ever and no into any to convert that sentence into an interrogative one. Okay, let's see an example. Okay, take an assertive sentence, I never drink tea. So you can clearly see the word never in this sentence, right? Now what we have to do, we have to convert it into ever. So what will an interrogative sentence framed? The interrogative sentence will be, do I ever drink tea? Question mark. Right? Done. This is how we have to convert. Now let's move to the next example. The next assertive sentence is, no one knows you. Okay. So let's convert into interrogative sentence and convert no into any. How will it be framed then? Does anyone know you? Question mark. Yes. This is how we will frame the sentence. Now, you know question mark is also very essential, as I told you in the previous video. So take care of that. Okay, let's move to the next rule. Let's see rule number 3. What is rule number 3 saying? Rule number 3 is saying that if a sentence has everybody, everyone, or all in it, then what we will have to do to change it into interrogative sentence? Change it by using who plus don't or doesn't or didn't. This is the formula we have to use when these words are there in an assertive sentence, right? Let me give you an example. An assertive sentence example is, everybody wishes to be happy. So we have used the word everybody there. Now what will be an interrogative sentence then? Who plus what will be the other one? Doesn't. Who doesn't wishes to be happy? Question mark. This is how we will frame an assertive sentence into an interrogative sentence. Okay. Now your chapter is over. You will be getting a new assignment and we will be meeting in the next video with a new chapter. Okay, so chapter 1 is complete. I hope you people are able to understand. Thank you so much. We will meet again.